Come on, everybody. There you go. Good job. Come on, sweetie. Come on. There, you guys stay right there. Let's see if we can get her. Come here, sweetie. Come on. Da, 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 da. I am so determined that we are going to be friends. Hey. Come here. Okay, maybe not today. Hey everyone, my name is Chelsea. Welcome to Little Mountain Ranch. I'm really happy to have you here with me today with my sheep. So let me fill you in for those of you who have missed my recent videos. Hi, Hazel. That's all I got. That's it. So Hazel here, this chocolate colored one, developed something called pregnancy toxemia. Can you guys believe how friendly these sheep are now? I just started grain feeding them, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, this girl developed pregnancy toxemia about 5 days ago. I just had an intuition. It's all gone now, see? An intuition that something was going on with her. She just seemed slightly off. There wasn't anything really serious. She wasn't down or anything, but she just seemed slightly off. So I started treating her with Propenyl Glycol, which is what you're supposed to treat sheep with. And I knew that treating her with it wouldn't cause her any harm. So I did it as a preventative measure. So I did that for around, today's day 3, I think. Day 3 or day 4. Anyways, last night she went down and was having a really hard time standing up. So one of the symptoms of toxemia is muscle weakness, and they have a hard time getting up. They have a hard time with their balance. They start grinding their teeth. They seem a little bit off. So this morning when I came in to check on her, she wasn't able to get up. So I was super, super concerned at that point. So I gave her, look at you. So I gave her another dose of Propenyl Glycol, gave her some grain. She did get up at that point, but I decided to check her blood glucose levels. I have a blood glucose meter, so I just pricked her ear and was able to check it, and her glucose levels were actually fine. But I decided to contact my vet anyway. Unfortunately for me, my vet is a sheep guy. He has kept sheep for a long time. So in talking to him, he agreed that that's most likely what the issue was. But he gave me some other things that I could do. So he said the Propenyl Glycol was perfect, that if she seemed fine like she is right now, that I didn't need to worry about continuing to give her that, just to give her that if I notice that she seems super weak all of a sudden. But he gave me 2 other things to give her. Let me show you. So this is called Ketamat, and I am supposed to give her this 60 mils twice a day. So the same as I was giving her the Propenyl Glycol. And I need to do this. Look at these sheep. They're not scared of me now, are they? I'm supposed to give her this for up to 14 days if she appears to need it. So because she was down this morning, she's been fine all day today, I am going to give her this as just a preventative. I'll probably give it to her for 3 days, and if she's perfectly fine, then I'll stop. But I just, because she went down and wasn't able to get up, I don't want to not treat her. So the other thing, where did the other thing go? So this one is called CalMag Plus. So this is a calcium magnesium supplement, and I have used this before to treat milk fever in cattle. It's an injectable, so you inject it just underneath the skin. And sadly, I have to give her 5 different injection sites, which is really too bad because it needs to be injected all over her body, which is too bad. I'm sorry, little one. But one of the things that can happen is with the developing fetus, it can start to pull calcium out of the bones, and that can also cause some weakness. So I am only going to have to do this once, and then if I see issues, I can give it to her again. If it seems like she is weakening again. Right now, she looks fantastic. All the sheep look really good. Hey, buddy. Smokey, my ram, I haven't even been able to touch Smokey before feeding him the grain. So normally I don't grain feed my animals. She's pushing in right underneath me. I don't grain feed my animals. We're strictly grass fed. But because for whatever reason our hay is not giving the sheep what they need, because the issue that she's developed is actually from a lack of sufficient feed, enough of the stuff that they need in order to grow that developing baby in them, and that developing baby starts pulling nutrients out of them. So we don't want that. And the best way to increase the amount of blood sugar in their body is by grain feeding them. So I am going to grain feed them for the next probably 4 to 6 weeks. And then we'll pull back again over the summer and go back to grass feeding. But I probably will, this is so funny that he's being so friendly. I probably will, when we breed them again, in the last 6 weeks of pregnancy, I'll probably start grain feeding them. It is really important, and I've mentioned this before, but I think it bears repeating, that if you are going to introduce grain to animals that have never been grass-fed, it's very important to do it extremely slowly. And when I say extremely slowly, I mean just a little handful, a couple of times a day, and then work up to whatever ration you're going to be giving them. In this case, I'm going to give a pound per day per animal of grain. So I'm going to start with, right now, giving her the Ketamat. And so I just have to give her 60 mils of this. These guys are super curious, aren't ya? I don't have any more grain though. Sorry. No more grain for you, or you're going to get sick tummies. So the risk with giving too much grain too quickly is that they can bloat, and that can be fatal. Oh, I should have brought something else to dump this in so that I could get it into my syringe. This smells like it has a lot of molasses in it. All right, where are you, girlie? Here you are. Let's give you some of this. You certainly seem like you're doing better. That's good news. But this is yummy, though. This you'll probably like. Is that good? You like that better than the other stuff, don't you? There you go. Now we'll give the calcium. This is the not fun part. And because I have so much of it here that I'm not going to need to use all at once, I definitely want to save this in case I need it at some other point in time. One thing that the vet told me is that it's hard to tell the condition of a wool sheep like this breed. This is a Romney. Because of how much wool they have on them, it can make them look a lot healthier than they are. So he encouraged me to kind of get in there with my fingers and see if I can feel ribs or anything like that. She is definitely the smallest, this girl here, of all the sheep. I don't have any concerns about the rest of them. Certainly not him. He is beefy. Yeah, see, she feels a little bony in underneath there, so she could definitely use to put on some weight. I can definitely feel baby in there, though. Sees under the skin in 5 spots. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put a needle in the top of this, and that needle is going to stay in there. That'll be the needle that I use to take the CalMag out of here, because I have to do 5 different sites on her, and I don't want to have to change out my needle that much. So I'll use 1 needle for doing those injections and 1 needle for actually taking the medicine out of here so that I don't get dirt or anything or contaminate the medicine, because I'm not going to need to use all this. So there's our syringe. I'm going to tip this upside down, and then I'll fill my syringe up and leave that needle in there and put a clean needle on here. And then there's my clean needle on there. Come on, little girl. I'm so sorry to have to poke you again. I already poked you once today, didn't I? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, there's 20 mils down. She's certainly feisty, so that's really good because she's strong enough to fight against me, which she was not this morning. So that is a really, really good sign. So we're actually into the evening. I usually don't film videos in the evening, but I did want to share this with you because I know a lot of you have been worried about her and following along with our journey with this. So it's so encouraging to see her looking so much better than she was looking this morning. It doesn't always work out that way with livestock. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do, you end up losing them. So I'll be with you again tomorrow to film something else. We'll make some yummy food together or something like that. But for now, I'm going to call it a night. Good morning, friends. So I just went down to the barn to check on my babies, and I heard a tiny little a baby from around the corner. So of course I ran as fast as I could into the pen, and I found the sweetest little lamb. So before I tell you who had her, does anybody want to guess which of my ewes had the first lamb? So anyway, I just ran up to the house quickly to grab a towel so that I can go and dry the baby off. I haven't even checked to see whether it is a boy or a girl yet. I just made sure that she got on mama and got a good drink, because that first colostrum, that first milk, is really important for healthy little babies. So I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can hear her from here. Can you hear that? Well, good morning. So here, oh, the light's terrible. Here's our little baby. Look at her. So any guesses now who she belongs to? Let's go find your mama. There she is. Good morning. Be a good girl. Let's get her some nursings, okay? Let's get you dried off. Get your little ears dry. At least it's nice and warm this morning. I'm happy with how healthy you look. You look very healthy. So yes, it was Hazel who had her baby last night, which on so many levels is great, because pregnancy toxemia is exactly that, pregnancy toxemia. So now we just have to get her nice and fattened up. Like I said yesterday, she was a little bit under conditioned. So we want to give her lots of good food so she can nurse this little baby. So it looks like she's only had one, which is really actually totally fine and very normal for Romneys. So I'm going to get this little one dry as can be. She's black as black can be, which is exciting. Okay, there we go. Let's get you in under here. She's really, or she or he, let's check and see. Oh yay, it's a little ewe. That's even more exciting. Come here, let's find that teat. Good thing we shaved your mama. I can see why the shaving is important. It's so much easier to see in under there. What do you think, mister? She's getting a good drink. Can you guys even see over here? There we go. Some light. So I just have her in underneath and she's nursing really well, which is great. I'm really surprised. I did not think that Hazel was going to be the first one to lamb, but that means everybody else is probably not far behind. And Hazel is being so good about standing still for this little one. Your mama didn't do a great job cleaning you off, huh? And she had some meconium in there, I can see, so which means that baby pooped inside of mama as she was coming out. You're bright-eyed. Hi. Okay, let's put you back in underneath mama here. I'm just going to take a quick peek on the other girls and see if anybody else is in labor. Hi. How are you? What about you, lady? You're looking pretty ready too, aren't you? I'm sure you must have twins. Your mama is just not interested, is she? Poor little thing. Okay, so since Hazel is showing virtually no interest, she's letting her nurse as long as I hold her. I am going to bring her up to the house just for a couple of minutes and to get her all dried off all the way, and then we'll get her and mama all set up in the barn. What an awesome day. Hey, little one. All right, friends, we are all set up. We have a small pen. I don't generally like using heat lights in my barn in general, just because they are a fire hazard, but I do have this one tied up really, really tightly. So I'm only going to keep it in here for the first 2 days until I know that the lamb is nursing really well and she is developed a little resiliency against the cooler weather. Let's give her a hand. Come here, sweetheart. We've got to go in under there. That's a girl. There you go. That's a girl. Look at that. Come on, Mama. Created a little pen here. You want to keep a pen for sheep really small, especially if they are being like Hazel here and not wanting to let their babies nurse, because the babies are pretty persistent and they will eventually force their mamas to concede that this is what's happening, but only if they're in a small enough space that the mamas can't get away. So that's why I've done this here. And hopefully Hazel will adapt. I know she will within a couple of days. So we'll leave her in here for a few days until I am confident that the baby is getting enough food. I'm going to come down every couple of hours and just make sure that she can get on and nurse. And but so far she's doing really well. She is very healthy little lamb, and Hazel seems like she is doing well. She just passed the placenta. So that's good. So that just means everything's out of her uterus, which is really important. We don't want any little bits left in there because then that can cause infection. So you're a little bit nervous being in there without your sisters, huh? So my guess is we are going to have lambs dropping over these next couple of days, because in all likelihood they were all bred around the same time, and the other sheep I think look way bigger than Hazel did. I did not think Hazel was going to be the first. Are you itchy? You need a little scratch? So I'm just going to give my vet a call. I'm just going to go in and do that right now and just double check to see whether I should still be giving her any of those medications. I think maybe the Ketamalt, it's Ketamalt, by the way, not Ketamat, but because there's a lot of molasses in that and it helps with blood sugar, and I think that would be, or could potentially be beneficial for her while she's nursing. So I'm just going to call and check with him and see. Okay, so I spoke with my vet, who's just so fantastic, and he said to continue to give the Ketamalt, that's the stuff here, and the Propenyl Glycol for 4 to 5 more days, just to make sure that Hazel's blood sugar levels stay up, her energy levels stay up. There's Dan going by on the quad, because she's going to be producing milk and needing energy to take care of her baby and to recover from labor and delivery. So that is what I'm heading down to do right now. It's my barn chickens. Come on, come here. Good girl. Good girl. Just gonna give a little bit of this. You liked this stuff. This stuff's yummy. Pretty sure it's mostly molasses in there. What a mess. Hang on. Got a little bit more to do here. A little bit more. I'm going to put the Propenyl Glycol in with her grain because she really doesn't like it this way. There we go. Good job. Good. Oh, come on, Hazel. Stand still for that baby. I am going to raise this light up a little bit though, because that makes me a little uncomfortable having it so low where Hazel can knock it. It's warm enough in here right now. They probably don't even need this heat light, but just keep it here at least for today. Good girl, Hazel. You're standing still for your baby. That's a good girl. Good girl. Aw, look at that. Oh, don't kick her, you big meanie. What a gorgeous baby you have. Good job. You stand still for her. Well, that little baby definitely knows how to get in underneath there. Man, she's a cutie. What a cutie you are, little Miss Cupcake. No. Come on. I'm going to stand still for a few minutes and let this baby get a good nurse. Okay? There we go. Good girl. That's a good girl. Let's let her have a good nurse. Really happy that I trimmed their tummies. So much easier to see their udder. Good girl. Such a good girl. Good grief, you're a mess. No, it's okay. Stand still. Stand still. Let that tummy get nice and full. That baby, okay? I can definitely see why a really small pen is advisable when you are training mamas to get used to having their babies, because she just keeps moving around, but she can't really get away away from the little baby. Yes, I know. You did a beautiful job. She is a beautiful, beautiful little lamb. She's so cute. I'm so happy that she's black. I was really hoping for at least one or two of the black ones. I wonder if as her wool grows out, if she'll be kind of more of a chocolate color like her mama, or if she'll be black. You're cute. Yes, you are. Come here. Let's show everybody you close up. Look at that cutie. I'm just going to run outside and check on the other sheep and see if we have any more lambs on the way. No more babies coming yet. Now that the first one is here successfully, I'm feeling a lot more confident about the whole thing. The new little lamb is doing so well. Yeah, the mama doesn't really want to let her nurse, but she's coming around. So Dan is in the process of putting a coat of paint on the bulldozer over here. Oh my goodness, that is very strong smelling. It's very stinky. So what do you have left to do on here? So much? Lots of stuff.
Important stuff's done. Yeah, I got all the leaks fixed.
Well, that's good.
Paint it, wiring the lights, make some belly pans for underneath. Got all the engine covers and stuff. Mm-hmm. New air filter assembly, the proper one. Mm-hmm. And then I just have to put that in. I'm gonna have to try it. Tons.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
How long have we had this for?
6 years.
6 years or something. When is the logger gonna actually start and come out?
Well, break up, whenever that is.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna start bringing equipment out now, though.
It's probably gonna be earlier this year because we hardly have any snow.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I'll see you at the house in a little bit. One of the kids said that they saw a cat go in through the cat door that was not one of our cats this morning, and Dan said he saw it in there. It was up in the bulldozer this morning, a big fluffy orange cat with a white neck. So I'm going to send a message out to the neighbors and see if anybody's missing a cat. It knows how to use the cat door. So I wonder if it's been hanging out here for a while, because we have a warm cat bed in the shop along with cat food in there. So it's like figured out that it was there, which I think is pretty funny. All right, friends, I was considering doing some more filming and maybe filming something in the kitchen, but I have decided I am not going to. I'm going to end this video here. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm so glad that it ended well. I will keep you updated, of course, with all the other new lambs that are going to be born over the next couple of weeks. I'm sure we will have at least 3, if not 6, if they're all going to have twins. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.